we got pool today. It is Tuesday, the 10th. It's my birthday tomorrow, right? It's dead early. It is, I don't even know what time it is, like 9:30. Been here since about 8:30 doing some photos for VQ. This new drop is coming on the 30th of September, all right? It's lovely. You'll see me training it today. Shorts, zip up, well, this is a zip up jumper. You've got quarter zips, you've got tank tops, you'll see it all, it's mint. So get on that, Code Eagles, and that's live. Dropped my car off for an MOT this morning because my car is lacking brake pads completely.
Got this car. I need petrol as well.
It does just sound like an aeroplane taking off.
So it is failing the MOT, I know it is. And I'm just gonna have to get a phone call probably halfway through this session telling me what the cost is gonna be. So I'm hoping it's not damaged the discs, but I know it has because it's been metal on metal for like a week. So I'm gonna have to get all new brake discs and brake pads. So that's on me, but needs must. So I dropped that off this morning, walked over to the gym, and here we are. Just about to finish off my pre and start warming up. Back in Amsterdam today, really. I've sort of changed this session a little bit yet again, as I'm sure you'll all be glad to know. We got, obviously, a pull down to start to hit the lats, then we're going into an RDL as the main hip hinge. And then instead of doing quads at the end of this session, just because my recovery wasn't really holding up too well with quads twice a week at the intensity I'm training at. And also, my quads are growing, but not in the way I need them to, right? I need more quad sweep, and they're just kind of getting bigger everywhere. And quad sweep's a pretty genetic thing, so it's very hard to just train that specifically. So I'm going to change the plan of attack there, and I'm going to start training my adductors more frequently, because that will allow me to pose differently to give the illusion I've got more quad sweep while still having nice thick legs. So yeah, basically, it's all back with a little bit of hamstring in the RDL and then adductors on the end instead of leg press. It'll make sense when you watch it. We'll get after it. We're going to start warming up and then get to it. So the issue I've got at the minute is we hit push yesterday. And it was a great session, but I am so tight everywhere. Like opening up my shoulders and my pecs is just not very fun and not very doable. So one, I need to stretch more, which we all know. I am doing weekly tissue work, so I've got tissue work tomorrow morning. So yeah, if you're asking what I'm doing for my birthday, I'm going to get up, do work, have tissue work, and then just do some more work on my rest day. It's thrilling. But yeah, tissue work is pretty essential for me, isn't it? But like today, my chest, shoulders are so tight that sort of opening up to be able to pull through and stuff is hurting. So just warming up a little bit slow today, make sure everything's firing, and we can actually get into the movement to hit the right muscle. I think the only interesting thing that's happened since the last video, because yesterday we were filming, is obviously Chris Bumstead announced that he's staying with, he's joining back with Gymshark. And I just want to praise this man for how good he is at collecting the bag, right? So he's with Gymshark for years, gets paid a lot, leaves Gymshark for Younger Lane to collect a bag, literally for like 2-3 years, just gets paid significant amounts, just to then re-sign with Gymshark, but not just sign, he's now a part owner. So he's just set himself up basically for the future. It's a very smart thing to do. But I also think that indicates even more so that he will be retiring after this Olympia. I'm putting on record now, the moves he's making with that, that's like end of career stuff. That's setting himself up for the future in a very intelligent way. So yeah, I can't see him going after this year, but that is an absolute masterclass in just in business there from Chris. I can't fault him. Right, so lat work done. Starting with the lat work, obviously, whilst the lats are fresh, they're always the priority. Train your lats first, right, when you're fresh. Then you'll get nice big wide lats. Going into an RDL, before I do that, I'm going to do a little bit more just sort of posterior chain activation work, warm up a little bit more, get everything fiery. So starting with a hyper extension. Might do a few warm-up sets on just a standard hamstring curl and make sure we're sort of primed and ready to go before we actually touch a bar for an RDL. I've just gone to get my mat for the RDO, and I've just got myself a brand new Apple Watch. Look at that, my lucky day. Birthday present from Ultraflex. I'll be a good person, I'll go hand it in. It might be Jack's, to be fair, and if not, I'll hand it in. It's been quite some time since I last RDL'd. I think the last time I RDL'd was when it was in that YouTube video. Don't know how many ago that was, but when I did 200, I think for 5 or 6. Now, I've not done it since because my lower back has been sensitive. But I don't think Ronnie ever said that. Ronnie never walked in the gym and, oh, my back's sensitive today, I can't lift, right? So I've decided to take a leaf out of Ronnie's book and just do it regardless. No. It feels pretty good warming up. I'm feeling pretty happy. I might do 200, might try and push it, we'll see. The RDL, one set of the ego lift. I'm pretty sure the last video I said like, oh, I'll get 200 for 10 before I go up. Did 210 for 6, it's fine. I'll get 210 for 10 before I go up. Or before I snap a hamstring, so we'll see. But it's going well. I've got some rows, just a lot of rowing now basically. You competing next year?
Next year, yeah. Trying to get big, but
I think we all are, mate. It's never ending, isn't it? It's never ending. Picked a horrendous session to do today because it is still dead early, right? The gym is pretty quiet compared to like peak times. Every machine I'm about to go on is just taken by like the one other person's in the gym, so gonna have to wait again. But I'm not complaining because I'm pretty out of breath and pretty heavy and fat and not very mobile. Not much of an athlete right now, so we'll take the rest time. People that track their workouts, I say this to clients as well when they come up with me. Obviously I've got Google Sheets for my clients and there's a way to log your workouts on those sheets. I just think it's dead fiddly. I'm also pretty dyslexic, so good old pen and paper, you can't go wrong. Although I have broken and lost many pens. But I find it's just quicker, simpler. Requires me to go on my phone less, because otherwise I'll go on my phone to like log a set. I'll see a message from a client or I'll see just something, I'll then click on, and then that could just sort of, whether it distracts me or not from the session, it may just subconsciously sit on my mind. I'd rather just not look at my phone as little as possible. Obviously go on into change music and occasionally reply to like a phone call or a message, but for the most part, if I can get away with using it less and just use a pen and paper instead, I will do. And I'm a meathead, so I just prefer to write things down. Two sets on here, and that finishes all the sort of heavy work. All we then got is a rear out fly. Very fun. Right, if you saw last video, you saw we finished with arms. On this pull day, I don't do biceps because I hit them yesterday already. Arms are a weakness, I do need to improve them. But my back is also a dramatic weakness. So hitting sort of arms and back on the same day when they're both my weakness would be a bit stupid. So I add extra frequency for biceps by hitting after push as well with triceps. And then today it's just purely focused on that whole back and posterior chain. So literally hams, adductors, glutes really with an RDL, lower back, erectors, and the whole back as its whole with rear delts there as well. So it's like just that whole back plane is getting work today, and we do biceps on push and the other pull session this week to ensure they're getting adequate stimulus. But today it's just purely focused on bringing up the back. Right, upstairs, adductor, finito. Oh. Training done. Might do some posing. I don't really want it. I'm a chunky boy. But who cares? It's just the lighting here today is pretty poor because it's overcast and rainy outside. We'll have a look at the posing and see what it's looking like. Right, that is the current rig. Pretty heavy. Not the prettiest, but it doesn't need to be right now. Sort of getting comfortable being uncomfortable. And I think that's something a lot of people need to learn to do. You know, especially if you want to sort of significantly improve yourself over the course of a year. Like everybody looks at me and thinks, I improve drastically year upon year upon year. And the reason that rate of progression is there is because I do push the off season. You know, I don't mind getting heavy. I'm not on stage right now. I don't need to be lean and sort of shredded. So just focus on the phase. I'd say change your perspective, because cutting and bulking, they're both awful at their worst, but they also both have positives. So rather than focusing on the bad side of them, just focus on the good things. So like when you're bulking, your training is fantastic. Yeah, you don't look great, but training's fantastic. So focus on the training. When you're dieting, you look mint, but training's suffering. So focus on the look rather than training. Obviously, good comes with the bad, so do that. But that's that for today. It was a pretty good session. Happy. The RDLs went very well, so I'm buzzing with that. Gonna head back home now. Obviously eat, then crack on with the rest of the day. So I'll catch you back at home.